have very good policies.
But no implementation.
Exactly.
Sorry, do you read each question?
You copy it down from there. You copy it down there.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
For example, information economics, the recommendation.
Yes, exactly. Yes, yes. Now they are not all, they are mixed, but we do that in the presentation. Sustainable policy to be maintained right from UN to respective government.
You know what's happening? Every 5 years, United Nations, after the Beijing conference, violence. Then they jump from violence to poverty. From poverty, they are jumping to climate.
Okay.
So, and the government is doing their policy.
Yeah.
That's why sustainability right from top to bottom is missing.
Yes, yes.
That's
yes.
the point.
That's true. Yes, that's a good point. Here we have about information mechanism. Take advantage of ICT media, sharing beside conventional means, creation of a portal to information sharing and participation. This is good, and there's already a lot of information on the web if you're looking for. But like someone yesterday highlighted in the meeting, many parliamentarians don't use computer, okay?
Exactly.
So they don't have access to this information. Rural people, who most of them are illiterate, don't use computer neither.
I disagree.
Okay?
I disagree.
But most of them are not. So I think that's for reaching some public, yes, but we should not stay there.
Depend on that. I said besides conventional means.
Yeah.
Besides that.
Yes, because someone else, here we have a lot of recommendation about that. Sharing sharing best practices in the region and beyond. Here, using visual, verbal, local language, very important. Actually, most of the information is in English. Okay? Not even in the dominant language in your countries. So this is already one thing. Then, what about reaching the indigenous people in the country? This is another issue. Okay? So local language, very important. And then we can use songs. We can get famous singer. That's very clever. You know, this is very often a way to reach people.
And the translation of the material, translation of the whole material in the
language.
region.
Yes, street plays, very famous in some places. Radio program, but interesting story with information, not dry news. I agree. Okay, if you just talk that temperature is increasing. The experience we have in the mountain, people say, yay, we're very happy with that, okay? Winter is too harsh here. So they are very happy about that. But what it means exactly, but it means also a longer period of droughts. So TV soap opera, again, so many, so besides all the IT, also a lot of traditional means to use for sharing information. So here what is important, very important to share the information, okay? Again, 2 years ago people still believe that climate change don't happen. It doesn't happen at all. Now we know it's happening, but we need to know more about what it means in the long term. You know, in the mountain and the rural area, people know about climate change, and they knew about climate change before us. Because they see it. They see the season changing, and they adapt to that. But they don't know to which extent it will change again, or it will stay like that, or, you know, and this is what they need. They need the information to know that it's going to be worse, okay? So you have to adapt. Just don't wait. You have to do something. So, and again, information mechanism, sharing the best practices in the region and beyond. Like we had an example with agriculture, very important. Adapting the above to local context, yes. Dissemination of information in user-friendly manner, yes. Which should be pictorial and accessible to grassroots. Here I put make visible women's capacity instead of always showing them as victims.
Yeah, okay? This is important.
Yes.
Their image.
As change agent. So women are farmers, they are natural resource manager, they are disaster risk manager. Very often, I have nice stories in Chitral, notably, okay? We have to acknowledge this role. So what it means is that the government, instead of saying we have to do something special for women, This is not what we should request.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that your disaster risk management plan will work, you have to work with the right people who are doing that. You want to increase food production, work with the farmers. Who are the farmers in the region? They are women. Work with them. It's not doing something special. It doesn't request more budget. It requests you to change the way you work. This is very different. So, showing that women are doing something, they are not just sitting in the house and waiting.
Action.
Yes. Also here, participation mechanism, recruitment of human resources as the volunteer for relief rendering in disaster, training and benevolent affair, yes. Here, respective ministries to be lobbied for special budget on women's farmers. Participation mechanism, annual meetings, symposium, fora, legislation and policies, policy brief on our activities. Here we have things on legislation and policies. Revisit NAPA in Bhutan, notably, and ensure that gender perspective is incorporated beyond a few sentences. And in the region, you have Bangladesh and Bhutan who have their NAPA already. But if you look, you scan the document, there's one sentence to say, women and children will be the one who will suffer the most. That's it. Okay? After they said that, they don't do anything in the plan to address that problem. So very important, you have to be careful that your plan in the other country will not end up like that. Okay?
Has to be followed here.
Involve women in preparation, monitoring and implementation stage at a local, national and international level. And women at grassroots with diversity, NGO, academic, politician and etc. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. So involving women.
Yeah. At all stages.
So you are in a decision-making position, you should ask for that. How many women are in the mechanism? Okay? And claim and request that women are there. But also, one woman in the committee will not make a difference. And you all know that. Okay? So even if there's a couple of women in the committee, they need a backup system. They need people to give them the information, to encourage them, to push on the other side to lobby. Very important. So don't believe that one woman in the committee will change a lot.
Lobby is important.
Very important, the lobby.
Group motivation.
Building bylaw to include. I don't know.
Who is written this? Building bylaws?
The safety aspect from the disaster management point of view. Composition, plan and action to alleviate the burden of women and children due to climate change. And selecting. Okay, I don't know what is written here. Benefit of children and women.
Who is written?
It's related to disaster. Yeah.
Excuse me, I want to question.
Yes, of course.
Who won here?
Yes.
Could you please remind us?
That's how we do.
Yes, thank you. Yes, please.
Another question.
Yeah.
Didn't you read our information mechanism? You didn't read.
I am not finished. I'm going back. Yes, don't worry.
The safety aspects from the disaster management point of view.
Okay.
Opposite plan of creation. Relevant burden on women and children due to climate change. Schemes like planning at global level for benefit the children and women. Times of disaster
Okay. Okay.
These are a few more.
Yes. Here you have